Hello.
Hieronymus.
Welcome.
Jheronimus.
Either way.
I did the Spanish pronunciation.
Well, so the name is pronounced Hieronymus. That's the literal pronunciation of it. But to have people say that doesn't work. So Jheronimus is kind of how I say it. So.
Are you talking about the original Hieronymus?
Well, that's where the name came from, my friend.
But what country does that come from? What country did he come from?
He was from, I think, wherever Dutch people come from.
Oh, Madagascar.
I think. Not Madagascar.
Green. That's the one that's not named after. It's the one that's not named after the people.
The one that's not named after the people. You're right.
Yeah, and yet they call themselves the socialist populist nation.
Hey, what can you do?
I think they're like kind of the wolf in sheep's clothing, like that.
The people of that area?
Yeah. Danish and Denmark.
Aren't Danish people from Denmark?
Yeah, but that's a little bit too... It doesn't sound... Like, English people are from England. That's only like 2 letters off.
Right.
Daneland is what it should be called, or they should be called Danes.
Danes?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that in other countries it comes from their home language, what they would call themselves.
Dutch is Netherlands, and I'm always afraid to say like proceed in a conversation as if that were the case, because I'm always second guessing myself because it's weird. Am I the only one?
You have to always go with your instinct. I don't know. I second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth guess myself.
All I knew growing up about that place is that they had the weed and the hookers in the red light district, right?
Amsterdam?
Yeah, that's them, right?
Yeah, Amsterdam has the red light district and they have weed and prostitutes.
But that's in Daneland.
Amsterdam?
It's in Netherlands.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know where
maybe that's where the confusion comes from. Dutch sounds like Denmark. I want to say Dutch is Denmark, and it's never that. That's not what it is. But yeah, Weird Medieval Guys is kind of the brand.
Weird Medieval Guys is the brand.
If you wanna stay on topic here.
Is that our topic?
He wasn't like the first guy to do Weird Medieval Guys. He was like the apex of Weird Medieval Guys. Am I right? That's already a brand. That's like a Twitter account. The Weird Medieval Guys.
Weird Medieval Guys is a branch of art. There's other artists. Like the Pantagruel stuff I get is a different artist. That's not Hieronymus Bosch. That is somebody else. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I feel like I should have brushed up on this before we talked about this.
No, but I think a lot of the medieval art is from like nameless randos from like libraries, right?
Something to think about is the Garden of Earthly Delights, which is the most famous Bosch painting, actually does not have his name attached to it. It was just when they analyzed his other work, they thought, oh, obviously this was made by him. So the anonymity kind of played into it during that time, I think. I'm not an art historian by
How did he get away with that, though? He just, like, left it?
How did he get away with it?
I guess I'm not familiar with where it is located. Isn't it like some kind of basilica or something?
The Garden of Earthly Delights, like the actual one?
Yeah, where is it? Isn't it? It's like a mural, not a painting, right?
It's a triptych.
But is it portable?
3 paintings.
Or was it made on a wall that is in a pre-existing?
No, it's not made on a wall.
No,
it's portable. Okay. If you want to look it up, you can find out exactly.
So where was it found, though?
Where was it found? It was probably displayed somewhere, I would think.
Then how is it anonymous?
So we can talk about it.
Yeah,
How is it
I've got
anonymous?
my internet browser.
Look it
I've
up,
got my
man. Come
internet
on.
browser right here.
You do. So let's not sound like morons here.
Earthly
I'm gonna say,
Delights
from my
Anonymous.
thoughts of it, I think it was just displayed somewhere where it was originally displayed. It's obviously probably not there anymore. I would say it's probably in a museum somewhere, or it could be
While
destroyed.
the
I don't know.
exact circumstances of its commission are unknown, it is believed to have been created for Engelbert II, possibly for his private devotion. Painting's current title, Garden of Earthly Delights, is not original, but it is widely used to refer to this famous work. So yeah, it definitely, its creation was not documented, basically.
Right. There was I think during that time a lot of the documentation of stuff was by spoken word. There was only specific people that would there was only specific people that would write down things. So it's just whoever wrote down stuff was the only reason we have any sort of annals for that.
1517, that's way earlier than I thought.
Yeah,
That
man.
is
He was only at
medieval. It's like the late part of it, anyway. Early Renaissance.
medieval times, like the restaurant. They were jousting and shit back then, I think.
Oh, that's that like theater thing. I thought that was like a newspaper. Not joking. That's
Medieval
not.
times? You
Not
don't know
even
what
joking.
medieval times is?
It's like dinner theater, right?
Have you never seen the Cable Guy?
No, but that's on my list.
You've never seen the Cable
I
Guy?
think I might. When it came out, I was a kid, so I think I saw it when it came out. Maybe. Is that
You've never seen it since?
Is that Jim Carrey?
Yeah, Jim Carrey's the Cable Guy. It's Matthew Broderick too, and Jack Black's in it as well.
It's one of those memory hold type movies.
I want to say it's a cult classic because it was not that popular when it came out. It became more popular as more people started watching it. It's a good movie. I don't know if I'd call it a film, but it's a good movie. But in the movie, Jim Carrey takes Matthew Broderick to medieval times. And it's a restaurant you go to, and it's a dinner theater thing where they do their little jousting show. It's also Garden State talks about it too, because the guy works at medieval times, the guy that lives with his mom, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And now the cat has left the building.
Maybe later the cat returns. Hey,
maybe later the cat will return.
Speaking
maybe
of
another
movies,
cat will return.
Speaking of movies, the cat returns. You into
anime?
It's an anime. You watch any good animes?
Well, you didn't know of something and I don't know of something, so it's okay. Do I watch any good animes? I haven't really watched anime in a while. I was watching anime for a little bit, but my Crunchyroll subscription was terminated.
I just watched like Porco Rosso a week ago. Incredible.
I want to say I watched that a long time ago.
It's awesome.
I haven't watched it.
They have a plane duel. They battle each other in a plane for like two separate women's honors at the same time, kind of.
Well, that's another thing that used to happen in times past, is people would duel.
Not in planes, though, and not as a magically transformed pig from World War II, which is also
pigs and planes aside, dueling used to be a thing. I think we should bring dueling back. There's a few people I would love to duel.
That just makes me think of The Simpsons. Glove slap.
Glove slap?
Glove slap, baby glove slap. I don't take crap.
Is that a Simpsons reference?
There's like this dandy like Texas oil baron who rolls into town this episode, and he like challenges Homer to a duel by taking off his glove and slapping him across the face. It's like the official way to do it.
What season is this from?
I want to say after 8.
That's kind of where I petered off a little bit. My favorite season of The Simpsons
8 is yeah.
Season 7 is my favorite. My favorite episode of The Simpsons is Bart on the Road. Have you seen Bart on the Road?
Describe it to me.
I will describe it to you. It's my favorite episode. So Bart on the road, Bart and his friends get a car, and they plan to go to the World's Fair. So they drive to the World's Fair, and it's not there anymore, obviously. And it is a wig emporium, and they all get wigs, and then they kind of have like a bonding experience from what they did.
They all get wigs at the World's Fair? Wigs.
Once again, there is no World's Fair anymore. World's Fair is long past. But there's like one of the buildings from the World's Fair is still there, and they turned it into a wig emporium.
No, that sounds familiar.
I mean, you've probably seen the episode, man.
That's another one of those ones that I saw like once in like 1996.
When I first started file sharing back in the day when that was a thing, that was like one of the first things that I was like archiving was all the episodes of The Simpsons. And like I said, I got to a certain point and I had like all the episodes on my computer, like 1, 2, up to 7 or 8 or whatever. And then I was also getting the ones that were airing currently. Because I remember it used to be a thing like right when a show would air, like the Pirates or whatever would put it available and you could download it. So I would keep up with like the current shows.
Damn.
So, you never did that?
I was still watching cable television up until like 2013.
This was like 2005, 2006 when this was going on.
I did marathon The Simpsons in like sometime in the 2010s. Just to make sure. I think I got through at least like the first 4 or 5 seasons. I don't remember. But seasons 1 and 2 are so incredible. There's so many like just like razor sharp one-liners in there.
Right.
People it's a good people show. Say the first 8 seasons, but there's a lot to be said for like the first season. And I haven't even seen the old sketches from prior to the first season either.
The Tracy Ullman Show stuff?
Yeah. I'd be curious to explore that. Yeah, I love the fucking Simpsons.
Simpsons is good.
That was a good time. Did you ever watch Third Rock from the Sun?
I don't believe so, no.
I used to watch that like every day on TV with after Friends on Fox.
Oh yeah, that did air after Friends. I remember I'd always turn off the TV when that was coming on. I want to say I tried to watch it and it wasn't.
You're such a hater. It's so good. John Lithgow. He's weird.
I was also like
he's so exaggerated.
I was an early teenager at the time, so I had a different taste than I do now. Maybe if I watched it now, I'd appreciate it more.
I don't know. Friends, it's a pretty weird
Friends
show.
I watched every single week when it was on.
Third Rock is a weird show with like zany looking actors.
You like stuff with zany people.
I like zaniness. I like zaniness.
You like sanity.
I like Animal Collective, Yelping. I like Yellow Man.
What about the Blue Man Group?
I have spun Blue Man Group LPs before. Straight up. They have some good tracks.
I don't know if the Blue Man Group?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could name a single Blue Man Group song.
I couldn't either, but I know that I listened to one of their albums when I was like 16 and had one of the tracks like saved.
I mean, I'm sure it's entertaining music. Like I just said, I've never really delved into that catalog.
I also went and saw Stomp when I was younger. Do you know Stomp?
No.
It's similar to Blue Man Group in its let me do this real quick. I look like a freaking beagle. I don't like the way that I look today. It's similar to Blue Man Group in that it's like this like theatrical sort of like drumming music. It's really similar in terms of like a stage performance.
It's a stage show, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like I think it was on Broadway.
Oh, interesting. I like Guar. I think Guar had a good concept.
You ever see them?
No.
Mm.
Do they still tour?
I don't know. We are both roughly 50 years old though, so it's the
Yeah.
aging of Aquarius, remember?
It's the
Get
dawning
with
of the
it.
age of Aquarius.
The aging of Aquarius.
Aging is not the term.
What if it
It
was
is an
though?
age. I mean, aging is a term, but it's not the term you're thinking of for this one.
I'm an Aquarius, so I've always related to that song.
It's a good song for everybody. Do you think that the age of Aquarius is something that's happening right now, or do you think it started a while back? What are your thoughts on that? If you have thoughts on that.
I think I'm a nihilist, maybe, when it really
You
comes
think you're
down
a
to it.
nihilist
Yeah.
to the ages,
I
the
don't I don't
aeons?
I'm not so like flowery in my opinion of what's going on in the world. Where
Flowery?
would where would the where is the like new it's like utopian, right? Where's the utopia?
It's coming. I mean, there has to be something that comes from all of this, right?
I hope so.
I would hope so too. Well, from what I've read, it was supposed to be like it like goes backwards, I think, because we were supposed to be in the Piscean age before the Aquarian age, and the Piscean age was supposed to be like the crucifixion of Jesus, and then the Aquarian age is like the age that comes after that, and that's like people get more open-minded about religion, people start being religious again. There's more like focus on technology and computers and other things that are typically connected with Aquarius. And then it's also like I don't know if I believe in this, but it's supposed to be something about like free love as well, which was something that was more like in the 60s, but I feel like it's something that has definitely come more common in society with stuff like polyamory and stuff like that.
Mm,
It's just
I
like
don't
a
know.
general
Slouching
shift in
towards
consciousness.
Bethlehem. Who is I
Yeah.
forget. God damn it! What's her name? Very.
Joan Didion.
Yeah, yeah.
See, at least I know that.
That's one of the most recent books that I've read. It's kind of entry level, but not so hot on the like summer of love culture.
You don't like that?
After reading that book, you might be inclined to change your mind. It's mostly just that she did this sort of gumshoe journalist thing of
Mm-hmm.
implicating these people and sort of endangering some children's lives because she like saw it firsthand. So
Interesting. Well,
so that's kind of
that
like the
typically
end
goes
of the
hand in
book.
hand with everything,
It does.
endangering the
I
lives of children.
suppose. James Baldwin said that all safety is an illusion. But it
It's a
is
good
it
quote,
is
I
an
suppose.
interesting it is an interesting persuasive tactic, is it not?
Well,
It's the end of her book. That's like kind of like the main like thing of like
yeah.
don't don't trust hippies like and that's how it crescendos sort of. But
Don't. Jeez.
technology was nothing in 1967, 1969 if we want to talk about Aquarian shit.
I mean, that was the start of it. Remember,
Eh,
start.
it's crazy
And
primitive compared to what we
that
have
goes
now.
on.
We have
Well, yeah,
video
everything
upscalers,
advances.
and apparently the algorithms that these video upscalers and LLMs is based on is like from the 80s. But even so,
Right?
even so, we have computer systems that are more sophisticated, and yeah, 2025 is a world of difference from 1968.
Well, clearly it is.
You couldn't even the computers back then ran on like vacuum tubes, didn't they?
I just know that, and this. Did you ever watch Nathan For You?
Yeah, not all of it.
Do you remember? Did you watch the episode with the guy that was impersonating Bill Gates?
I don't know.
It was the one where he did the where they were shooting a movie and they were doing it in like Hollywood at like a souvenir shop, and he hired a Bill Gates impersonator, and the Bill Gates impersonator like came there and he was talking about like Microsoft and computers and stuff. And one of the things he says is like one of the only things that I know about like computers from that time. He's like, they were big enough to fill a room.
Yeah.
And like that was the thing. Like the computers back then were huge. It was like there would be one person in a room with like all this computer shit around them, and that would be like whatever. And it was mostly like once again, I really don't know. I was not alive at that time, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it. But
I just watched I swear to God, I just watched a YouTube video about this with Bell Laboratories. Like, because, okay, so Texas Instruments invented the semiconductor? No, the microchip. Is that right? But I think the semiconductor or something was created by Bell Laboratories in like the 20th century sometime, and they had computers that would they weren't big enough to fill rooms, and the way they worked was there would be slots that would open and shut physically in order to have like a circuit was like the size of like a bread box. It's like a single circuit.
right.
And then they moved to vacuum tubes so that they could like do the same process without any moving parts. And then from there, like the solid state like drives or whatever, and like semiconductors.
Yeah, like things all became smaller over the time when they were able to hone in the stuff.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah,
why now
it's interesting to think of like metal slots like physically opening and closing to create 2 plus 2, and it fills an entire room. It's like, but it's a computer. IBM technology. That's interesting.
Similar to this. Have you ever heard of the KosherSwitch?
No. Is it okay to press? Are you allowed to press it?
You are allowed to press it. You should look it up. My friend showed me this last night, actually. It's the KosherSwitch. So basically, and this happened to me today, actually. I was talking to somebody at my job, and it's Shabbat today because it's Saturday. And they like weren't able to answer because it's Shabbat and they can't use electricity. So the KosherSwitch is something that they invented where basically like they can turn on and off lights without using a typical light switch that would use electricity, because usually when you turn the light on, it like activates whatever electrical surge. But the KosherSwitch, basically there's like I watched the video for it, this is how I know about it. There's like a beam of light that's just always going on it, like constantly when you turn it on. And they flip a plastic lever, and the plastic lever either blocks the beam of light or it unblocks the beam of light. So they can technically turn off and on the light because they're not using electricity, and that way they can turn on and off their lights during Shabbat or the Sabbath without the use of electricity. So it's
is this like a real widely used thing?
I mean, widely used.
$50,000 in Indiegogo crowdfunding.
Yeah, man. There's a big market for Jews.
That's not a lot. Is that a lot for like a... I keep on coming in and out here. Is that like a lot for such an industrial product?
Define industrial.
I don't know. This is one of these things like Five-ish. Do you know about Five-ish?
No.
Is it like a Jewish like children's show mascot who is like literally a dollar bill?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, yo. An old liberal friend of mine once said that some truths are what you would call toxic truths.
I guess that could be true. You could construe that as true.
No, that's really, it is really the same technology. I wonder if like, I don't know. I guess a rabbi wouldn't understand a primitive computer that worked with breadbox circuits. Like, what would he say about that? Like, would you be allowed to operate that?
A computer?
The ones that have the same technology as this, where it's just a door that goes. It's a
I
beam
don't
that's
think it's the
always
same
going, and
thing,
you
man.
just. It's the same thing.
Well, tell me what it is, and I'll tell you if it's kosher or not. Not that I'm Jewish, but I know enough about Jewish stuff. So what
So,
exactly
okay,
happens?
so the way it's like an individual circuit that is like
Okay.
the okay, so basically it's I don't know if it's a beam of light.
Probably not.
It's but
I'm gonna say that
somehow
anything that
somehow closing a metal door makes the circuit like blocked so that it has to bypass that and go to the next one on like a binary.
well, typically things that use electricity are frowned upon during Shabbat.
Wouldn't the kosher switch be frowned
So
upon then? It has electricity inside of
no,
it.
no. Watch the video of the kosher switch, and you'll see that it's not frowned upon. It's actually blessed by several different rabbis.
Oh
But what
my
I'm
god.
saying is that typically, unless you have like, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. Because, like I said, I'm not an Orthodox Jew by any means. But typically, like turning on and off a light switch, or answering a phone, or pressing a button on an elevator, you can't do any of that during Shabbat because it's the day of rest, and you're not supposed to do those things, and you're not supposed to use electricity either. So your concept of a door opening and closing, I don't know. I'd have to have a rabbi with me for one to take a look at it.
Good point.
I'm no
Good
judge
point.
of kosherness of anything, but I would say I would have to know more about the mechanics of it before I can make a precise judgment.
It sounds like
But
the
the
kosher
kosher
switch
switch,
is like a light that's always on, and so you get to, I don't know.
I have my own thoughts about the kosher switch because I feel like even though your actions are not turning on and off the light, you are technically still turning on and off the light. But once again, I am no rabbi, so I don't know. Maybe it's okay. You can also, under Jewish law, just tell a non-Jewish person to do something for you, and then it's not you doing it.
Yeah, but that you're gonna hire some guy to flip your switch for you all Saturday, every Saturday?
I mean, who are we talking about?
I mean, literally flipping switches. No, I don't
I would
know.
say a
I think
wealthy
God
person could
understands what's
probably.
happening. That's all I'm gonna say. I think God
God
knows what's
understands
going
what's
on here.
happening,
You can't really fool that boop.
or can you? I don't think it's
The jury's
necessarily
still out. The
fooling.
jury's still out on whether you can or not. I think a lot of people don't find out until after they die. I think is probably the issue there.
I think you could figure certain things out before you die.
Are you talking about
I mean,
using
I mean,
tarot to figure out when the age of
you're no
Aquarius is going to
Jew.
be?
No, I'm not talking about that.
You make it sound so
I'm just
negatory. You're no Jew.
what that wasn't an insult. It's just you're not Jewish, from what I know.
Yeah, you make it sound like a dirty word.
Jew?
Yeah, you got to not make it sound like a dirty word when you use it as a word.
I didn't think I was making it sound like a dirty word, and I apologize if I offended any of our Jewish listeners.
Yeah, well,
All that I'm saying
it
is
depends on if
that
they have
because
kosher switches installed in their house, honestly.
I mean it's after Shabbat now because the or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not until the sun. I'd have to look at my trusty.
Isn't it just all day
I get you.
Saturday?
No, it's from when you can see the stars in the sky on Friday night, and then it ends like Saturday night when you see the stars in the sky again. You have to like see certain stars, from what I remember at least. Once
Certain
again,
stars? Does that mean that you just Oh, okay, so but they make sure that they cover all the stars. Okay, that makes sense. It's not just one
it's like
specific star.
when
Then you'd just be stuck in a Shabbat loop for like another week.
You're not going to be stuck in a Shabbat loop by any means. No, it's something, from the Torah, and it's like Shabbat starts.
Wouldn't that be nice if you could just have a Shabbat for I'd like to be stuck in a Shabbat loop.
I mean, there's other holidays that they get to enjoy, where it's not Shabbat, but they get to do their own.
You know what I do? You know what I do? Maybe
What?
if you're a cinephile, this will resonate with you. I go to the bowling alley with my little poodle, and I bust out
you're going with this.
I bust out my little piece, and you know what I say?
What do you say?
You know. How well do you know?
Say? No, I don't.
How well do you know what I'm talking about?
I know?
I say Shomer fucking Shabbos.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
I do spurg on some Big Lebowski type shit.
Big Lebowski is good. There's some Jewish stuff in the Big Lebowski. There's Jewish stuff everywhere for eyes. When there's eyes to see, you will see Jewish things.
Oh, you got me, man. That was crazy. There's Jewish stuff everywhere for eyes to see. There is some Jewish stuff in Big Lebowski.
Well, it's my favorite topic. Jewish stuff in most movies because Hollywood is run by Jews. Once again, not in a negatory way. I don't want to offend any Jewish people. I have much respect for the Jewish community. I adopt some of their values myself. So, when I say these things, it comes from a pure heart.
I'm going to be alienating myself from a lot of, I don't know, maybe one or two.
Your anti-Semitic fan base?
No, the other way around. There's going to be some,
your Jewish fan base?
I feel like I know a couple of, Gen Z, liberals. They say that all of the young people are turning conservative, but I worry about being too much of a based and red-pilled influence on some of the young people that I know, because I know that they don't fuck with that shit, and they free Palestine and all that.
Well, maybe I'll be a good
No, I mean,
other side of the coin for you.
I'm really
not red-pilled at all.
I'm really, but you don't shy away from, I don't know. You're certainly not like a garden variety liberal by any means.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a garden variety. Anything. I have my own thoughts.
Most people who vote Democrat wouldn't say Hollywood is run by Jews.
Well,
they would think that that's a little out of pocket.
I mean, is Hollywood not run by Jews? Is that an incorrect assumption?
A decent, good-hearted citizen of our great republic with polite, liberal sensibilities would say that that's a bit of a generalization, my friend.
I mean, name a film company. Name a random
Trauma Films. I'm gonna try and beat you. Everything is a Dungeons and Dragons version 1 game to me.
You can't pick an obviously not Jewish company.
I have to. I know what you're doing though. I'm one step ahead of you.
Well, think about Miramax Films.
I was gonna say A24.
I mean, A24 is probably Jewish too, but Miramax Films. You know who ran Miramax Films?
You can't say a film company's probably Jewish and then just move on. Yes.
Miramax Films. Who ran Miramax Films?
Is it Weinstein?
Yes, it is Weinstein.
Yeah.
So Jewish.
I mean,
you gotta get your shit together, man.
I mean, I was going to say, what are you going to say next? It's all Weinsteins, and now every Steen is a sex offender?
It's all Weinsteins. I'm not saying they're all sex offenders. Don't put me in a box like that. I'm just saying that the entertainment industry has a lot of Jewish people in it. I guess that is a generalization, but it's one that comes from research. And once again, I'm not saying anything negative about that. I think that, if anything, that's a positive thing because they know how to do business. Think also about the financial industry, too.
I mean, yeah.
And who was involved in the financial industry?
Mm-hmm.
Who wasn't? It's a hot topic right now.
Why is it a hot topic right now?
The Jewish man that was in the finance industry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like
Are you picking up what
the
I'm putting down?
Rockefellers or something.
No, but wasn't Rockefeller also Jewish people?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
John D. Rockefeller? Yeah. No, I was talking about Jeffrey Epstein, my friend.
Yeah.
Who was also, get your shit together.
I just can't move around at all.
Just don't move. I'm not moving. You're stimming right now.
Am I?
Yeah, see? I don't know. Maybe. Are you?
I think I'm just over-caffeinated.
How does that make you feel?
Stimulated.
Stimulation. I had some caffeine. Caffeine I've had today. I had a Red Bull this morning. And then I had a coffee just before we started this.
I usually have like 3 or 4 shots of espresso. What?
Well, what I was going to say was, typically what I've been doing is getting my Red Bulls from the vending machine at work, where they're $2.75. But going to the gas station today, I found that they run a deal where it's 2 for $5. So I'm saving 50 cents now.
Wow.
And that right there, it's going to take me places.
I'll be paying anywhere between 75 cents and $3.25 for a single 16-ounce Rockstar. And I don't know how something could vary that much, but it does.
Where are you getting anything for 75 cents these days? That's what I want to know.
I will tell you. I got a Rockstar Energy from a Safeway the other day because it was on a digital discount coupon that you need a fucking app for, and I tried to get it working and it wasn't working, and the guy was like, sorry, our system's down, and then he had this coupon that was like not 99 cents but like 74 cents. It was like a barcode.
That's a good coupon.
I think he gave me some shit for like free ones. We can pause for 2 seconds. I'll get a little smoke break.
Okay.
Is it more powerful with the power bank?
It has different settings. You can go on normal mode or the boost mode or whatever. The boost mode definitely uses up more of the oil, though, or whatever this is. I don't know. I hate these things. I wish I wasn't using them, but here I am. I was not a vapor until recently when somebody turned me into one, and now I'm addicted.
I would say same.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I started in like the last year. Same story, yeah. You know what's really good?
What?
Well, I started drinking like diet sodas too because I'm like getting older.
Diet sodas?
Yeah, diet sodas are cool, and a really good combination is Diet Coke and the cherry Geek Bar. Because I hate the minty flavors. I hate that almost every Geek Bar flavor has like an infused like ice like mint flavor. So cherry's like kind of just straight fruit. And it's good to it tastes like cherry
Coke. This is a mint flavor. I don't usually go for the mint ones, but this is mint. And it's actually not bad.
I like the white gummy, but it's got a little bit of mint in it, honestly.
White gummy is good. They haven't been carrying the Geek Bars around me recently. So I have been not on the Geek Bars.
I was thinking about getting a zero nicotine Geek Bar.
Could do that. I think if I really put my mind to it, I could just stop. But I haven't put my mind to it yet.
That's
like
what
I said, I'm
you
trying
always
to.
say until you have to. I
Well, I
mean,
try
I
not to
say
put
that
myself in
too.
those
Like, I kind of feel
situations.
that way. Like, I've gone 2 or 3
Hmm.
days without smoking cigs, and it's kind of like, all right. I'm like, not, it just naturally happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm less
I mean,
addicted
I
to it
feel
than I
like
am other stuff. I don't know.
it's like a habit. I think it's more of a compulsion of mine to be doing it more than I'm actually addicted to the nicotine.
It's a little bit too much money.
Um, it's a decent amount of money. I'm trying to
Vapes are
save
really
money these
cheap compared
days.
to cigs for me, though.
Just depends on how much you use them. It could be just as expensive, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how
I,
how often do you buy a new vape?
I don't bring my vape to work with me, but I do bring my cigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're just double dipping at that point.
Oh, I'm definitely double dipping. I like to smoke the vape when I have like a drink and I'm watching TV or something, more at home. It's more of an at-home activity for me, I guess.
So, like when you were saying that, like you get the drink and you vape during the drink, I've heard this. I've heard this before. And typically, when I'm enjoying a drink, I'm not going to be vaping because I have something else to occupy myself with.
I watch movies when I do this usually.
You watch movies and you
Because
just have a
I'm
drink and
so
a vape.
ADD, yeah, I'm so ADD that it's either that or I'm gonna have to like eat something while I.
I mean, I am typically using my vape no matter what I'm doing, so I guess I can't talk too much shit. But it's like I said, if I'm enjoying something else or I'm doing something else, I'm not going to be compulsing to hit this as much.
Yeah. You ever
It
think
gives
about
me it gives me a
rocking?
little kick though.
If you ever think about rocking the Labubu vape combo accessory at crotch level?
So I actually did have a vape for a while. I don't know if I showed it to you, but it was a vape that had like a chain on it that you could
Hell
hold,
yeah.
and I called that my Labubu vape. But you want to talk about Labubus? Talk
Doesn't
about Labubus.
everyone want to talk about Labubus right now?
We can talk about Labubus all
Everyone wants
day.
to talk about Labubu, Hunter Schafer, and Stephen Colbert.
What about Benson Boone?
What's going on with Benson Boone? He's just still on his meteoric
I don't
rise.
know what the hell's going on with Benson Boone, but he's a hot topic always.
I heard a country song today, and it could have been a Benson Boone song. Is he a straight up country artist?
I don't know, dude. I know literally nothing about Benson Boone. I've never listened to a Benson Boone song. Like whenever I see Benson Boone show up on my timeline or whatever, I just skip right past it.
Should I spin it real quick?
If you want to play some Benson Boone and take away my never having listened to Benson Boone, we could do that. It's probably good, honestly. I'm probably just being a dick.
I'm going to go to the most popular song,
Okay.
and I'm going to play it through this speaker.
God.
It's
I
called
never thought
Beautiful
today would be
Things,
the
and it
day.
has 2 million.
Beautiful what?
Beautiful Things.
Beautiful things. Okay. I could think of a few beautiful things.
Okay, I'm going to get copyright
This
stricken.
is a horrible way to play that.
It just sounds like fucking Ed Sheeran or something, right?
I mean, I guess that's kind of what it's going
I
for.
was expecting it to
It's
be
just like
more like honky tonk type country shit.
I don't think Benson Boone is country. I think he's more like pop, isn't he?
I guess so. It's
Whenever
was
he's doing
definitely a
his stuff,
ballad,
he's.
whatever it was.
I mean, Benson Boone is like a sex symbol, isn't he? Or isn't that what they were trying to make him?
He rollerblades without a shirt. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Sex symbol
Did
stuff,
you
you know?
listen
They're
to
trying to.
that Sublime song, by the way?
I did not listen to the Sublime song. Honestly,
I
the
know
first
they've.
I heard that there was a new Sublime song is when you sent me that article.
No, I
I
know.
don't keep abreast of what's going
No,
on with Sublime
no.
typically.
In full disclosure, in preparation for this record, since we have a
Hmm.
music nerd in our clutches, I did do some news article hunting, and I've known about the replacement for the Sublime guy for a while.
Oh, they replaced the guy?
Yeah. It's like this young guy. It's weird. It's weird. But this song, it sounds
Did he
a
get
lot like his vocal stylings are a lot like the original vocalist. I think it's the same thing that like, oh my god, there's another band like Soundgarden or something
mm-hmm.
who did the same thing. Hired some like random guy who sounds like the original guy but is like 20 years
That's
younger.
that's also what Journey did. They hired a Filipino guy that sounded like
Oh,
uh
you ever listen to Can?
yes, I've listened to Cam.
Not a Filipino guy, but Korean guy.
Hmm.
They also.
Cam's good.
Do you ever listen to actually their first couple albums though, with Malcolm Mooney or whatever, the original vocalist?
I
Delay
don't know.
1968, I think it's called.
What are the names of the albums? I'll tell you which one I listened to. I can't think
Delay
of it off the top of my head.
1968 is like the
No,
first one. Monster Madness is early, I think. Those are the
no.
Malcolm Mooney, I think is his name. And then Damo Suzuki was Tago Mago,
Tago Mago is
Big
the one
Bam
I've listened to.
Yasi, Future Days, the good stuff. When they became like, I don't know, they were like more of like a no wave band before that, but then they started to sort of define krautrock, I feel.
True.
I haven't gotten as into the other. They're a pretty singular band, honestly. One of my favorite drummers of all time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Who are some of your favorite drummers?
Favorite
That's a
drummers.
good one, right?
I would say drums is like the instrument I pay attention to the least, honestly. I would say probably John Bonham's a good drummer. Obviously, that's a throwaway answer. Um, Maybe Lars Ulrich, Metallica. Um,
Damn,
hmm,
you're like a real rockhead. That's crazy.
Real rockhead. Yeah, man.
Terry
Rock and roll,
Davis.
bro.
T- what? No, Terry Davis is that racist computer programmer guy. Who am I thinking of? The guy from
Racist computer
Can.
programmer guy.
Yeah, Terry A. Davis.
He's racist.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a born again Christian.
Well, he. Do you know about him?
I know enough.
The Temple OS? He. No, he used to like drop hard R's all the time.
Oh, I didn't know this about him.
It's pretty
I guess I
crazy.
can't fuck with Terry Davis anymore. Can't support that kind of hate.
He was mentally ill,
That's
let's
the
be real.
that's
Let's
the
be
liberal
real.
in me.
It's
I mean, I
crazy
guess
some
if
people
somebody's
think he was like murdered by the CIA now because he got hit by a train. I don't know.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. I feel like mentally ill people, you can kind of sometimes excuse their actions, but in some regards, I feel like you cannot excuse their actions.
I feel like it does them a disservice, you know?
Because
Not
there's some people that I know that have mental illness or mental retardation, I guess is what you call it. They definitely do some fucked up things, and I don't support that. I don't think you should just get a carte blanche to do whatever you want just because you have Down syndrome or whatever. This is definitely going to offend some
wait,
people.
Down
I
syndrome.
don't, I
Down
don't know.
syndrome don't
I
do
don't know
fucked
if we
up
should say
things though. They're so nice.
maybe not Down syndrome. Autism. Maybe we could talk about autism. Let's talk about
Yeah.
autism.
Did you see the thing that RFK said like a month or two ago about autism? I want to talk about.
What did he
Hold
say
on.
about it?
My point about drummers though. Can
Yes. No. Circle
best
back.
drummer. I forget these guys' names, but the dude from Tool is my other favorite drummer
Yeah.
because I'm zany
So you
like
don't know
that.
their names, but they're your
Danny
favorite
Carey.
drummer. That's
That's the
good.
guy from Tool.
Okay. I don't really like Tool.
They're so good. I was
Someone I
revisiting
used to
them
know
like a
was a
week ago.
Tool fan, but I can't really get into it.
I have some. You can't just. I know how you feel, but you can't just not like something because it is you associate it with a certain person.
I'm not saying I associate it with the person. I'm just saying I don't like the music. I don't stop liking things because they're. I mean, that's not true. I shouldn't say that. There's certain things that I will stay away from because I associate it with a person in my mind and there's memories attached to it.
See,
But
you
it's
can't do
not like
that.
I can't pick it up. You can't do that. I feel like you have to do that.
To protect yourself.
Not to protect myself. Just to
Then
just I
what?
don't feel. I don't feel. I don't know. There's things that I like and there's things that I liked enjoying with a certain person. So I don't like actively be like I'm gonna listen to all this stuff that we listen to together
But
because
are you
that's gonna
saying
make
that
me
you
feel
used to like
great.
Tool and you don't now?
No, I never liked Tool. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
that's
say.
fair. But did you
That's why
listen
I'm
to
saying it's not.
Lateralis and
You couldn't play me any Tool that
the
I liked.
later
It's not
stuff?
my thing.
The later
Later,
stuff is
earlier,
like there's
current. No,
no Lateralis is so unique for real. Like it doesn't. If you never listen to it, you might not know.
it's just not my thing, bro. Tool's like butt rock to me.
What's wrong with
It's like
butt rock? You
music
probably listen to like Motley Crue.
that's hair metal. That's not butt rock.
Oh, come
Butt rock is like
on.
Nickelback. You like Nickelback?
Butt rock. Butt rock was a term before
It's.
Nickelback existed.
I'm not saying it was around. I'm not
It
saying it's
was
not
just it
around
was a
before Nickelback
pejorative term for
existed.
hair metal.
I don't think butt rock was ever synonymous with hair metal. I mean, I
Okay,
could be
what about
wrong.
Kiss? Is Kiss not butt rock and hair metal at the same time?
Kiss is glam rock.
I did it. I did my lip smacking thing. I hate it when I do that. But that almost
Don't do
warranted
that.
it, sir.
Glam rock?
Kiss is neither butt rock nor hair rock. They're
I
glam
don't think
rock.
Kiss can ever be. So butt
I'm
rock.
pretty sure you could have hair coming out of your butt that has sparkles in it, mister. It's all the same shit to
I mean,
me. No,
maybe you
I for
can. But
real
what I'm
though, I was
saying is
never that
that
into 80s metal shit. I was never into Metallica. I was never even into Black Sabbath for that matter.
Black Sabbath isn't 80s metal. I mean, they made metal in the 80s, but I'd say that's like 70s metal.
Absolutely.
Black
But
Sabbath is
metal at
like
large, I'm saying.
I would say Black Sabbath is just heavy metal. That's what you would call that.
Yeah.
It's like it
It's
makes you
I mean,
bang
it's
your
never
head.
been my thing. Like, there's some metal tracks in like the Microphones discography in Mount Erie, that stuff. It gets kind of like into this hardcore, like lo-fi punk metal area. But apart from that, like, there was
I
never
mean,
any
you
artist
get
that
lo-fi and punk in your metal, it just doesn't fly with me. You gotta have straight metal. Do you like
he
Slayer?
evolved. He evolved. He really did. Mount Erie is a totally different monster. If you're not,
Hey
how
man,
familiar are you with Phil Elverum? He's like one of my heroes.
I know him by name. I know nothing else about him.
Because okay, so just to be specific on the earlier stuff that the Microphones had was a little bit more like weird punk sound experiments on tape with tape distortion. And then
Okay.
later he got really into these more like I think he studied like black metal type production and imitated that just straight up.
Black metal's different. Black metal is more like I would say
Wall
goth
not
metal.
wall of sound, but like this sort of like over yeah, maximalist approach to the production.
So now that we're talking about Wall of Sound, we can probably go into a topic that you would love to talk about. Wasn't Wall of Sound created for the Grateful Dead?
That's Phil Spector.
Yes.
I've heard some of the stuff like the what is that? The Crystals or whatever they're called. The girl group that Phil Spector produced with the Wall of Sound, I think.
Crystals?
Something like that. They're like the Roxettes, maybe? I don't know.
The rock sets. I don't know. Look it up. When did the Wall of Sound start?
Wall of Sound. That is a good question. I'm gonna go
I want to
blurry
say it was
again.
Grateful Dead. That's okay.
Stanford University. Grateful Dead's Wall of Sound.
There you go. I think it was started by them. I think they're the ones that started it.
Though it wasn't fully
they would have
realized
it at
until
their
a year
concerts.
later.
Yeah, they would have their concerts and they would have all the amps behind them and all the speakers behind them. And that was the wall of sound. It creates a certain type of sound from doing it that way.
Then called the alembic system, and it immediately faced issues with speakers blowing up. The system was significantly refined and debuted in its complete form at the Cow Palace. It's like a year later. It was designed by Owsley Bear Stanley.
Owsley Bear Stanley.
So
that was, I think, the Grateful Dead's Acid Man.
For real? So Phil Spector didn't invent the technology. That's interesting. He just took it. Have you heard of the of 77 Boa Drum by the Boredoms?
No.
Have you ever listened to the Boredoms?
No.
Ooh. I saw them live once, and I wouldn't probably like. I mean, I like Animal Collective. They probably wouldn't exist without the Dead.
Right.
The Dead was like
the start of jam bands, I feel like.
I've sort of had transcendental experiences with music before, but seeing the Boredoms live is probably what makes me I don't know. Like that's one of the only reasons I would give like jam bands a chance, if that makes sense. I'm trying to articulate.
So you became trans when you listened to the Boredoms?
No, I went into a trance when I saw them. So like I get the compulsion of people to drop acid and freak out for a couple hours at a concert, I guess.
Well, Grateful Dead, speaking of the Grateful Dead, they would do acid tests at their shows where everybody would do acid and they would play their music. And you would once again, like you said, have a transcendental experience, I guess, listening to it. The acid test, you can listen to any Grateful Dead bootleg on archive.org, actually. So there's a lot of the Grateful Dead stuff that I like is the stuff from the 60s, and that's when they were doing the acid test stuff.
That's where Electric Kool-Aid acid test comes from.
Tom Wolfe.
Why? See, I don't understand why you're so into this stuff, because wasn't it just a giant CIA op?
Okay, so if we're going to talk about this now, one could say
Dive
that.
straight in.
But, I mean, isn't everything a giant CIA op? Isn't podcast some sort of CIA op to get people to distract from stuff that's going on in the world because they're talking about other stuff?
I mean, people talk about the concept. The concept you're talking about is limited hangout, and people like talk about it all the time, and it's like the way of the world now.
Is that a CIA thing?
I think limited you could say that about well, limited hangout is the concept of like throwing something that's a distraction from something else out there. And people say that all the time now about everything.
Well, yeah, typically when something comes out in the news, especially stuff that comes out during news cycles, or not news cycles, during election time, there's election surprises that'll like something will happen.
But think about
or whatever.
Think about this. It's not just okay. So limited hangout is not necessarily like the CIA op of like throwing. It's not two separate news items you're dealing with when you do limited hangout. It's like the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's like leaking out like a fraction of the information that exists on a singular topic to appease the people from like talking about it or whatever. And like I guess what I'm talking about is people saying, oh, X is a distraction from Y, when really it's like 50% of information about Y is a distraction of the rest of Y. There's no X.
You've seen Trailer Park Boys, right?
Yeah, I love Trailer Park Boys.
Do you remember the distraction chicken?
No.
There was There was a part in Trailer Park Boys. I forget what was going on in the show, but it's like there was some sort of beef going on, and like somebody just brought chicken around, and they're like, "No, that's distraction chicken." It's like we're talking about. It's like something that you just bring in. It's like, "Oh, we got chicken now. We're not going to talk about whatever we were talking about."
It was just like a one-liner. It was fried chicken, not like an actual live chicken.
No, it was not a live chicken. No, it was fried chicken.
You say distraction chicken, I think of a clucking like
just
little
a chicken
beast.
Just coming by.
Yeah, that'd be funny too.
Well, I mean,
it's such a good show. I want to rewatch it.
It's what we're talking about. It's like something that'll shift your consciousness away from something because you're talking about something else.
That's not exactly what limited hangout is, though.
So now
my original point was that it doesn't really apply to the idea that everything is. You were saying podcast is a CIA op. What I'm talking about with electric Kool-Aid acid test and the Grateful Dead is like obviously elephant in the room, MK Ultra, which I don't know, like isn't what we're talking about there just like some of the people who were kind of there when they ran those tests in like the 60s or whatever? You know about the tests?
What tests?
Like the LSD tests where people like one or two people
wasn't
committed...
that what MK Ultra was?
Yeah, but what we're talking about with
it was like
with like
psychedelics on people.
Yeah, what we're talking about with like Charles Manson and Ken Kesey and all that is like the aftermath of that, right? So when people say it was all MK Ultra, what they're talking about is like it was like one or two people and then maybe a couple CIA agents who were like keeping tabs on the situation who were there at the original MK Ultra, sort of, maybe. Isn't that like the real story of like why Charles Manson is called an MK Ultra victim?
Well, Charles Manson, I think Charles Manson was one of the people they did the psychedelic experiments on when he was younger, wasn't he? I haven't looked that far into this.
Do we know that because he said so?
I don't think it's because he said so. I think it's just stuff that was public knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people.
That's like a Grateful Dead meme thing. It's like Charles Manson was a CIA operative, and it's also like a Grateful Dead meme that the one show that's like their most popular show like didn't actually happen.
Oh, that's funny.
Have you heard about that?
Nah, I don't think so. Was it like in England or something?
I don't know where it was from. You'll have to look it up. I'm like spacing on everything right now for some reason. But there was a Grateful Dead show that they made a record of that's like their most popular show that you can listen to or whatever. And there's a sect of people, there's a lot of people that like it's like nobody actually was at that show. Like nobody has memories from that show. There's some people that say, "Oh, I was at that show," but I think it's just like I said, distraction thing. It was like they got a bunch of like clips from other shows or whatever they did, and then they put it all together as some sort of distraction thing to get everybody listening to it, and it was the show that never happened. It didn't exist.
On a record?
Look up the Grateful Dead show that never happened. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then once I know what it is, I'll be able to talk about it more. It was, I think, 72 or something, or 77.
Yeah,
or
but okay. But to the show that never happened, 77.
Where was it performed?
Cornell,
yeah. Cornell 77. That's the hot topic in the Grateful Dead community, among the Deadheads, as to whether that show actually happened or not.
The Department of Defense... This looks like a creepypasta. The Department of Defense and the CIA were very disappointed the way the Vietnam War was progressing. I'm looking at a Reddit post about it here. That's crazy. No, that's...
Go down the rabbit hole, man.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that like that's limited hangout right there. They tell you that Charles Manson was MK Ultra and fucking the Grateful Dead at a fake show because the real MK Ultra was something way more horrific.
You could say that.
There are MK Ultras around for eyes to see.
Okay, so we're talking about limited hangouts now, okay? Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room with that. Wouldn't you say that...
what's in the news right now?
It's not in the news right now, but isn't Fish Tank a limited hangout?
Yeah, I guess. Are you gonna make me? Are you gonna make me post right now?
No, I'm not. Why are we naming names? You're not supposed to name names. You don't need to talk about that.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna bleep the word Sharpie post.
I mean, you can say Sharpie post. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying though is that the concept of Fish Tank in general and all these things that they're doing like it is kind of like getting people together to talk about whatever nonsense blib blab stuff they're talking about, because it's usually nothing of substance. It's some sort of like distraction thing from the actual issues that are happening in the world. Is it not? Doesn't it get a lot of people talking about it too?
Again, that's the other thing that's like kind of not what limited hangout is. That's the thing where like you're crossing wires on two separate issues. Because if it's distracting you from something that's unrelated, then that's just like everything, everywhere. You could say that about anything.
I mean, like, entertainment in general, yeah, is a distraction from what's happening in the world.
Always has been. Since the invention of the book.
Since the invention of the book. I mean, like, Shakespeare was around before the book.
Oh, or the Gutenberg press. You know, ever since
wasn't Shakespeare around before the Gutenberg press?
Ever since before, like, the mass production of these entertainment items.
I didn't know what the concept of limited hangouts were until you mentioned them. And when you mentioned them, the little monkeys in my head were clapping the cymbals. And I was like, wait a second, this sounds like something that I have thoughts about.
Like I said, okay, let's, for example, the 9/11 Commission's report. Limited hangout. Okay. Because did the 9/11 Commission report have any information about the Bin Laden family and the motherfucking Zapata oil company?
I think that's where you're crossing the wires. I don't think the the 9/11 Commission report was a limited hangout. I think that was what they want you to know.
Is this okay? I heard someone refer to this as a boomer phrase, and then I looked it up, and it actually was coined in 1980. Don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence. That is a boomer ass phrase. And that's what it sounds like what you're saying about the 9/11 Commission's report, when really it seems more likely to me that someone who had interest in the Zapata oil company directly spoke to those people.
Well, wasn't everything about that what was going on right now for the oil companies? Wasn't that why we went to war with Iraq in the first place?
In the first place, there was the Zapata oil company before, and that was George Bush doing business with the Bin Ladens.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was like the Bush family had all the connections with oil.
And then when the war broke out, I think there were these interests that involved OPEC that got all fucked up, and that's why we had to be there. But I don't know why we had to kill so many people. I don't think anyone does. Was it really just to maintain our easy American way of life, because that's so fucked up?
Maybe. I don't know.
Low oil prices.
What I know about it is that whoever said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction or whatever, that was like the distraction thing to get us into Iraq. And then we started the war over there, and a bunch of people died, and we shot Iraq to shit.
You could say that's limited hangout, yeah. Weapons of mass destruction.
Is it, though? I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Well, it's a false pretense for war, more plainly. I don't know. Limited, I don't know. It's a...
I just think that when you talk about a limited hangout in the gist of podcasts and streams and things like that, It's like people gathering together from different places, having conversations with one another. And it's like, it's almost like what we're saying. It's like a distraction from the greater issues that are happening.
I think almost more fundamental as an issue is the way it sort of like dematerializes real life relationships. The friendship emulator, like literally.
Well, I mean, that's a thing too. I was thinking about this
I
recently.
feel like that could be a CIA op in the sense that like if someone had an interest in doing that to a culture at large, but then you get into like who would want to do that and why. I mean, it's kind of
Once you start
zany, let's
asking
say.
once you start going in and be like, who would want to do that and why? That's when you know you're going somewhere.
I guess. I don't
It's
know.
just, it's like,
I think a lot of the times it really just is the CIA when people say it's some other shit.
well, think about how like dating has changed over the course of time. When you look at stuff in like the 1950s or whatever, people would meet at
There's a lot of conspiracy theories about that.
normal places, and then now it's shifted. Now everybody is meeting online. Nobody is meeting in person anymore. So it's like something shifted that, and it could be attributed to, people using technology, people meeting people of similar interests more easily with the internet.
Well, they say that we don't have third places anymore.
What's a third
A
place? Like a
third
coffee shop?
place, a third place, like a public, like a meeting area that will just like serve as a place that people generally.
There's still third places.
Not like there used to be, it's like a lot of coffee shops get bought out by Starbucks and bookstores are going out of business and
I mean, you live in like
malls
the
are going out of
Seattle area. Isn't there
business.
a number of coffee shops there?
Yeah, but I mean,
I remember when I went
Starbucks,
to Portland. When I
Seattle,
went to Portland, there was more coffee shops than I knew what to do with.
yeah, but that's a good example of like who goes to a Starbucks to like meet meet girls.
To meet hot girls.
I'd be
Lots of
as
people.
as weird as it sounds, it feels like you'd be much more likely to go to like the cool independently owned neighborhood coffee shop that who like has like a weird eccentric owner who you're friends with or whatever. And there were a lot more of those in Seattle before Starbucks, like in like the 90s and 2000s.
Well, I mean, it's just
But
there's. Go ahead.
I do want to say, I think the internet itself serves as a third place in a way, if you think about
It
it
does. It definitely
in that
does.
sense.
Well, it's just there's like different types of people. There's people that typically meet more people in person and stuff like that. I would say that's mostly like older people, probably.
Yeah.
I think the generations now, like Gen Z and stuff, they're only meeting people online. They're not making any real friends. Or I guess real friends is in air quotes.
That might be true.
Because now you meet all your friends on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Like you might meet people in school. Like I remember back in the day when I was in high school, we had MySpace, and when I would meet girls, I would add them on MySpace and talk to them on MySpace instead of talking to them in person, because it was like less anxiety to do that. Because
Yeah.
I was a lot shyer when I was in high school than I am now. Now I wouldn't consider myself to be shy now.
I'm the same
If I
way,
want
I
to talk to a
guess.
girl, I just talk to a girl.
But yeah, you could just go to the Labubu store. No.
We never talked about Labubus. We need to talk about Labubus.
Let's talk about Labubus before we wrap up.
Okay,
We're at like an hour
so
20.
we've done this for
Do
an
you
hour and
have
20
do you
minutes
own
already.
Labubus, bro?
Do have a Labubu. Yes.
You're never gonna hear the end of
So
it, Mang.
okay,
Defend yourself.
so a lot. I don't need to defend myself. So a lot of people say that Labubus. So it's kind of like You know how you can make things and they have like bad energy in them? Like typically like a voodoo doll would be one thing, an example. Um what else could I say?
Poppets, the
Like the
early
Chucky
version.
doll, for example. That would be a
Okay.
doll with bad energy. So there's been a thing that's been going on since Labubus came around, and I don't know if it's true or not, that like do Labubus have like demonic energy in them. And what I would say is that since I started collecting Labubus, which I don't do anymore, I would say that my life went to absolute shit in a handbasket
Whoa.
after the Labubus came into play, honestly, to be quite real with you. And another funny story is that I actually sold a Labubu to a friend of mine that he gave to a girl that he's talking to. And that shit hit the fan like immediately after. So I don't know, but I'm more inclined to believe now that maybe the Labubus do have some sort of dark energy in them that kind of like gets you in touch with your inner demons or
That's
whatever.
crazy. That's like the Sonichu medallion. Do you know about the Sonichu medallion?
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I don't know too much about it. Is it something else that has bad energy?
Yeah, if you wear an authentic one made by Christian.
It's like bad shit happens to you. Okay, so here's another thing. Okay, talking about stuff with bad energy. So there's a book. I don't want to talk too much about this because I don't like talking about this kind of stuff, but I'll talk about this. So there's a
Yeah, you're gonna bring
book
bad energy,
called.
bad spirits into
I'm
the
not trying to bring
realm.
bad energy into this. I'm just talking. So there's a book called The Sacred Book of Abramelin the Mage,
Holy
and it's
shit.
like this old occult book or whatever that's supposed to be in circles or whatever a book that's like cursed, like you're not supposed to have this book. And I at one point in time, because I'm a fucking huge idiot in everything that I do, I bought that book. And I remember flipping through that book when I got it. I was like, this is probably not a book I should have. It's like a book about like summoning demons and shit. So I had that book in my apartment, and then the apartment had black mold in it, and I almost died. And I don't know if it's because I had the book or if it's just a coinkydink, but
Coinkydink.
I don't have that book anymore, and my life has been better since not having that book. I would not recommend anybody listening to this podcast to get that book. But does that book have bad energy? Do Labubus have bad energy? Don't know.
I
Is it
had a
better to be safe than
similar
sorry and not get a Labubu? Maybe.
I had
I'm
a
not going to
similar
throw away my Labubu.
experience. You're
Go ahead.
not?
I mean, I still got a Labubu over there.
Sounds like you're confused about
I mean, I'm not like a
the
type
power of the dark
that
energy.
so I don't know.
No, I did have a
Because there's
similar
people that are
experience
like
though.
go on with your similar
It
experience.
it uh it involved a cassette tape
Okay.
of like a noise recording with this guy from
Hmm.
Portland. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't even like something that was branded as like satanic or dark or anything like that. It just had
Hmm.
like such a crazy, drugged out, deranged energy to it, and I was in such a bad place when I was listening to it.
Well, here's another thing. So you know how the Rolling Stones have the album Their Satanic Majesty's Second Request?
I may have heard of it.
It's a good album. But there was back in that apartment, I had that hung up on my wall just because I like it, not because I'm like hail Satan or anything. Um, and that's another thing that I kind of think maybe brought some bad energy just because I was like displaying it. Like I still have the record to my closet right now, but yeah, it's just like I don't like to kind of have that kind of stuff on display, maybe. And the Labubu is something that like you wear on your person. So I don't wear my Labubu on my person anymore. It's just like it's hanging in the kitchen.
I had never considered the possibility that they were like actually magically evil. I thought people just said that because it was like a cultural thing.
Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But like I said, it's just like I can connect the dots and say everything was good. Started getting Labubus. Everything went bad. Is a duck a
I think
duck?
we need total Labubu destruction.
Total Labubu destruction? I don't think that's gonna happen, man. The Labubu is a fucking $1 million industry.
$1 million
I think it's gonna
must
eventually
die.
fade out, though.
Millions of
Everything's
dollars
gonna
must
fade
die.
out eventually. I don't think we should call for like a public Labubu burning, but I
I
would
did
just be
go to the
weary.
Labubu store, but this was like I was just like sightseeing around this mall, and it was like a year or two ago.
Hmm.
They're like pretty cheap, nicely made. There's like rare ones. I get why people are kind of obsessive about them, but like it's very strange. It's like if they made like Where the Wild Things Are merch and got like really creative with it
Yeah, it's
20
something
years
like
after the
that. I
fact,
mean,
30 years after the fact.
it's just a funky looking doll. I mean, it could be nothing.
He's like the guy
My
from
life
Where
could
the
have gone to
Wild
shit
Things
for
Are.
other. My life could have gone to shit for other reasons besides the Labubu. But like I said, just connecting the dots, I'd probably think twice about giving somebody a Labubu or purchasing another one, especially after what happened to my friend too.
Wow. Okay, so there's superstitions. Okay.
Maybe it is a superstition. I don't know. I guess you could put it to the test, but I would not recommend it.
I'm not against superstition. I don't really mean it in a bad way. But yeah.
It's just like as I go through life, there's certain things that I observe. Like I said, that book, I'm not going to go rebuy that book because, having that book, bad stuff happened to me. Buying the Labubu, bad stuff happened to me. I'm not going to do the same thing twice, expect a different result.
How do you know it's not
You know
tarot
what I'm
books
saying?
that are doing it to you? Maybe you just need to read the Talmud only. That's your favorite book, right?
My favorite book is the Talmud. I have a Talmud. I have an Everyman's Talmud somewhere in my closet. I think I still have it
An
somewhere.
everyman's
Um,
Talmud, as opposed to
you can't just buy the actual Talmud, bro.
what?
Do
Oh,
you know what the Talmud
that
is?
makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
I'm pretty sure the Talmud has to be like read to you by like a rabbi. I think only they're supposed to have them, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. The more you know. That makes sense because it's huge, right? I knew it was like huge. Even if
It's
you did
huge,
buy it, it
bro.
would probably be extremely expensive.
There's like certain things in
And I don't mean
Catholicism
that
and there's
in
certain
a
things in
racist way.
Judaism where it's like only certain, and there's a tarot card on that too. It's the Hierophant. It's like it's knowledge that's kept by certain people because it's only for
Yeah,
like
like guilds.
tuned minds to read. There's certain things that only attuned minds should read or should talk about or do.
I don't think I like it.
Because you could be cast asunder if you get into things without knowing what you're doing.
That makes a lot of sense why people say with the Illuminati conspiracy theories what they say because it is like the same thing as specialized. The thing about guilds like masonry or whatever
Mm-hmm.
is that that's not attuned minds, right? That's just proper training with like good breeding or
No,
whatever.
that is definitely attuned minds, my
But
friend. You're talking about
being part of the
talking about.
Jewish religion means you're like chosen though. It's not the same as being a master bricklayer, right?
Are you talking about Masons or are you talking about Freemasons?
Well, I'm saying like I believe that the Illuminati Freemason conspiracy theories came from the simple fact that guilds had specialized knowledge.
People are always afraid of what they don't know about. There's always something that's going to make you question why something is a thing. People are scared of Freemasons. People are afraid of the Illuminati if it exists or not. But it's like you were saying, it's like only attuned minds. Like you can't just go to a Freemason meeting. You have to be like you said, chosen or have somebody vouch for you. Same thing about being a Jew. You can't just go to synagogue and just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to all this stuff. You have to have somebody vouch for you.
I think you can hang out in like the lower echelons of the Freemasons without. If they think you're
you could
sketchy, they're
go?
gonna tell you to leave, probably. But
Why don't you just go to the Masonic Lodge that's in your town and go see if you can just hang out? I don't think they'd let you, bro.
is it the
I think
same
they'd
as
be
the
like,
Elks
"Where's your
Lodge?
papers?" It's all different societies, man.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the Elks Lodge.
Guilds. I think that it's like the same kind of thing. You just got to have somebody vouch for you. So if you knew some dude that's in the Elks Lodge that you work with or whatever, you just be like, "Hey, can you get me in there? Get yourself in the door." Maybe that's what you need in your life. Maybe you need to be part of a society, a
Yeah, dude.
brotherhood, a
Maybe I need
fraternity.
to just go to the Scientology church and give them all of my tithe 90% to them.
I mean, when we
Is
talk
that what
about
you're saying?
Scientology, that's what
I need the Talmud. I need the
you need
Talmud
the
in my
Talmud.
life.
I don't know. All that I can say is that when I was studying Judaism and when I was observing certain what they call mitzvahs, I noticed that good things were happening to me when I was doing them.
Wait,
So I would say
are you from a Jewish family?
I'm not.
What? When did you do that?
It was like 2021, 2022. I
Well,
had a thing for a Jewish girl.
to put
That's
it
why I
in
did it.
Trumpian language, I like books that everyone's allowed to read.
Well, I like books that not everyone's allowed to read. So I guess that's where we differ. But it's like I was saying, it's like if it's like the opposite of the other thing. It's like if I start doing something and I notice bad things are happening to me, I'm going to stop doing it. If I do something and I notice that good things are happening to me, probably going to continue doing it.
I, I'm not
I
against
never went
superstition,
fully.
but I feel like you're taking it a little too far.
How so?
It's a lot of magical thinking for a straight male.
What's what is homosexual about magical thinking? Wouldn't it just be like that I have an attuned mind?
Maybe not so much homosexual as feminine.
I don't think it's a feminine. I think it's a masculine thing, if anything.
No, intuition is like a very real thing, though. People, it's like it's not it's not misogynistic to give them recognition for that. Magical
You
thinking is
know that.
another thing, though. I guess.
You know that Freemasons. You're not. It's only men, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, but you agree with me on the point that like all of that shit from back in the day, Middle Ages, Jesus. Have you ever read The Sibyl?
No.
The Sibyl is like this weird like allegory that's like almost a reference to Jesus, but not. It planted the idea in my mind that there were like a ton of little Jesuses, if that makes sense.
Ton of little Jesuses. Okay.
Like Jesus was like maybe a pastiche of like a lot of different Socrates-esque figures
Mm-hmm.
who were like heretics in their own way.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going
Um,
with this?
I don't know. I got distracted talking about the Sybil because I love that shit. What was I saying right before that?
You were saying that because I'm take esoteric lines of thought that I'm a faggot. Can I say faggot on this?
I don't know, man. I don't even know anymore. No,
It's just like what I
I
was
said that
saying. It's like
you participate in more of a magical thinking habit than you would typically expect from
well, should I just be out in the
the
chop
warfaring
yard
type.
chopping down trees and building things with my hands?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But
I just know that if it works for me, it works for me. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Jesus was a heretic. Where was I going with that?
Jesus was also a carpenter.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
And
He
they
was
nailed him
part of the
to a cross.
reason, it seems to me, that Pontius Pilate and everyone, Herod, Well, Herod, I guess I just recently learned this because I watched Jesus Christ Superstar. Isn't that amazing? Herod chose not to kill him, but Pontius Pilate probably wanted to kill him because he was part of a guild, and people have always been suspicious of guilds since even before the time of Jesus.
And there we come full circle.
Well, and Jesus, of course, Jesus was a Jew, but yeah, that's insane that you have an everyman's Talmud, and I'm not allowed to see it.
I mean, you could see it, but only if your mind is attuned.
Only if you practice certain rites and mitzvahs first. No, that's interesting.
Exactly.
I would recommend the New Testament, as always, as well.
I would recommend... What would I recommend? What's my shoehorn thing going to be?
Oh, Libernal and Psychonaut. Me and Lentil have spoken about doing a reading series, like episodes about specific books, and that is the Chaos Magic book. And I'd be very interested. It's short, just a funny content about it.
I have other thoughts about things like that.
You don't want to do Chaos Magic? What were you going to suggest? Literature-wise?
If I had to pick... Well, I started reading a book about Pythagoras today that's been interesting. I think it's good to learn about like different cultures and different societies and see how they did things and kind of gain a little bit of insight from it. There was a bookstore when I lived in Daytona Beach area called Abraxas Books that I would go to a lot. And I would read a lot about like Buddhism, Hinduism, and then like occult stuff. And you could just it's like there's a phrase, I can't remember the phrase exactly, but it's like if you want to learn about things, you should learn about the strangest things you could learn about. So I would say read something strange and see what it does for you.
The Talmud and the Kabbalah are both kind of strange too. It's fine.
Kabbalah is interesting.
You don't have to agree with everything you read or whatever.
I don't think you necessarily have to agree with everything you read. I just think you have to be able to pull something from everything that you read and let it better you as a person.
All right, we'll call this the Talmudic Labubu vape.
Talmudic Labubu vape. Okay.
I try and do three word titles that are really zany. That's the word of the day.
Zany.
Thanks for coming on this. We'll see how it sounds. I think it's all right.
Yeah.
I might have to bleep a couple words. Some slurs, some names. We'll see what we do.
Are we not supposed to say the F word?
Or the M word?
What's the M word?
See? It's gone from your mind. Memory hold. Limited hangout of you. Once again.
Well, until next time, I suppose.
All right. We'll see. I'll release this next week so that it's relevant.
Relevancy.
We'll see if we can do some music news shit or something in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll figure out what I'm going to do for this green screen. Thanks a lot, man. We'll talk soon.
Adios, muchacho.
Peace. Keep it vibrant.